The tires on this car are $1,000 each. An oil change, $2,500. Brakes, $10,000 on this car. It just keeps adding up and adding up.
I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another beautiful day. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's actually really cold outside and it's raining. It's not that beautiful at all. But we have some things that we have to do. We have errands that we have to run. As you guys know, Kristen recently purchased and bought herself, I guess, what is it? Treat yourself?
3 words for you. Treat yourself.
She recently bought herself this Ferrari, and this is a Ferrari California. So when we got this car, one of the things that we hear quite often is, well, why would you guys buy a Ferrari when you know it costs so much money to maintain it? They cost a lot of money and wear and tear and all this kind of stuff. And I think, although I do agree that a lot of this stuff does cost more than, like, say, a car that's less expensive than this, I think it's all relative. I mean, if you buy a relatively inexpensive vehicle, I think the maintenance on that should be relatively inexpensive. If you buy a more expensive vehicle, it just makes sense that the maintenance is going to probably cost more than a less expensive car, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do today is, we have about 34,000 miles on this car, and so we're going to take it in for a 35,000 mile service, and we're going to get a bunch of stuff done to it that's supposed to get done when you hit about that 35,000 mile mark, and I'm going to explain to you how much everything costs. And I know a lot of times people comment on the videos and they say, well, how much does it really cost to maintain the car? So, you know, people say things like, you know, it costs like $1,000 per tire, so why would you buy this car? Or, you know, it costs $2,000 for an oil change, or, you know, the brakes cost $10,000. So we're going to get right into it and see if this is actually true. Like, are these brakes actually going to cost me $10,000 to replace them? So we're going to take it to the shop and see what it actually needs. So we're going to have them break it all down so you could actually see how much these things actually cost. This isn't a sponsored video. Whatever this costs, I'm paying for. This isn't sponsored by the shop that we're taking it to. This isn't sponsored by anybody. It's sponsored by Kristen and my checking account. So let's get this thing done and let's see what it actually needs. So we are on our way to Massimo's in Shrewsbury, New Jersey. And I've got Kristen behind me in the Ferrari. I'm in the truck. So the reason we picked Massimo's was we went onto Facebook, and I just happened to put in a couple of the different groups that I'm on in Facebook, I asked people that have similar cars to us. I said, where do you guys take your cars? Where do you recommend in the tri-state area? And Massimo seemed to be the most commonly referred to one. That got the most votes, and so that's who I decided to go with. If it seemed to be the most trusted with everybody else with similar cars to us, I figured why not go there. So we're on our way there, so let's go. Alright, so it's a new day. We had dropped the car off. It's been about 4 or 5 days, and they just said they're done with the Ferrari, so we're going to go ahead and pick it up now. Chris and I, we're going to take the Viper and head over there, and we're going to find out what the total damage is and everything that they did and serviced on the car. So let's go check this out. And somehow we made it here in record time. Okay, well, yep, it did cost a little bit of money. So I'm gonna follow Kristen home. Once we get home, I'm gonna go over the paperwork and I'll break down all the prices. So let's get home. All right, so we just got home, and look who learned how to ride a two-wheeler. All right, so we just got home. Let's move that somewhere. It's a little close, isn't it? All right, so we're gonna go through. So the first thing that we had done, we had all the spark plugs done. That was one of the things that's due at 35,000 miles. So the spark plugs are $32 each. We have 8 spark plugs at 32 bucks. That's $256. We had the air filters. Intake has 2 air filters. They're $185 each from Ferrari. That's $370. We had the cabin filter changed. That was $85. The brakes on the car are the carbon ceramic. The rotors on the front we did not have done. If we had the front rotors done, those would have been $5,000 for the rotors. We didn't have them done. They weren't needed. They said they were in good shape, so those could stay. But we did do the front brake pads. The front brake pads were $1,500 directly from Ferrari's dealership. We also had the brake fluid completely flushed. That was $16. The only thing that actually didn't cost that much. What else? And then the actual labor was $880. So that brings us to a grand total with tax of $3,312. So that's it, 35,000 miles. The only thing we also did not have done was the oil change. That probably would have jacked you up another couple $100 because it takes about 11 quarts of synthetic. So we didn't need that because we had it done by the dealership when we bought the car. So 35,000 mile service on the Ferrari California, $3,312. Again, that was done at Massimo's in Shrewsbury. Again, this isn't a sponsored video. I put all the prices. I have the entire sheet here. And he did a good job. He had all the parts. He just had to wait for the parts to come in from Ferrari. Had everything done pretty quick. So I'm extremely excited that it's done. It drives a lot better. The brakes felt so squishy. Like when you put your foot on the brake, it felt like your foot went almost to the floor. So now it's completely different. Also, when you start the car, it starts and idles a lot quicker and it idles a lot smoother. So it's definitely, that has to be the spark plugs. So that's a huge difference. Other than that, I mean, it drives amazing. So I hope you guys liked all the B-roll. I tried to put a bunch of B-roll in there too for the car people. So that's it. If anybody's wondering how much it costs to service a Ferrari, those are some of the prices. And so that is it for this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.